Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Now, if you're not aware, in a very recent video, I used Claude 3.7 to create this client website for somebody. They have now seen the website, they've given the go-ahead. I just need to change a few things, but I'm not going to be changing too much in today's video. I'm not going to be doing everything that he asked me to do. Instead, I'm just going to add forms and I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'm going to show you how to actually launch the website on Vercel. So let's get into that in today's video. So first things first, we're going to have to add forms, and I have basically, I have everything. So I'll leave everything in the description of this video, the prompts, etc., etc. So if I'm not mistaken, if I do that, so yeah, basically I already have this prompt right here. So I'm just going to add forms, right? So the way this works is, again, I'll leave this in the description of this video. This is the thing to add forms that actually work. And then this will also be in the description of the video, which is the prompt I used with CLINE in order to create this entire website. So we'll just go here. We'll just use it. We'll use plan for now. And I'll just say at the very top, I'll just say, can you add a working form? Here are the details. You just need to add this to the contact us page and tell me the SQL to put into Supabase. So we're going to be using Supabase for this. If you don't know what Supabase is, it's basically an open source Firebase alternative, as it says right there. So we'll go to dashboard. I believe it's this one. No, I believe it's this one. Video. So we'll restore this project, confirm restore. Sorry if you can hear that cat in the background. I'm at my fiance's house in Naples. They have a 3-bed house with 5 cats, which I never get tired of telling people that. It's literally ridiculous. Okay, so it should just be planning. I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah, it's reading files at the moment. Good. So I need to plan how to add a working contact form. Now I need to check the contact form page. I need to check the packages.json. Now I need to see if there's an env file. Doesn't look like there is an env file on this project, which makes sense because there is no need for an env file until now. There was no need for an env file. But yeah, basically this entire website is pretty much good to go. My boss, my old boss, really liked it. He just wanted to change a few photos, blah blah blah, but I'm not going to be doing that in this video. I'm just going to be focusing on adding contact forms and then launching the website. So we'll see what it's done here. Do you have a Supabase account set up with a URL? Yes. I actually gave you that in the prompt, so I don't know why it's asking me that. So let's do number 1, project URL is, and then send it. Number 2, no. Number 3, no. Number 4, no. Maybe a notification is good when successfully submitted. Okay, so we'll just send that. It will then continue to plan, right? So this is the project URL, if I'm not mistaken. I need to just double check that. Yeah, you can see it here. This should be this. What are they shouting about? Bloody hell. Yeah, it's the same, you can see. Okay, perfect. So this is actually correct. So I'll need the Supabase key. Okay, so we'll just give it that. So Supabase key. Let's go to project overview. It was just here before I saw it. There we go. Yeah, this is the one that you're allowed to share. Okay, so Supabase key is, I believe that's the Supabase key. You can see here, API key. This is a non-public, so this key is safe to use in a browser, so it doesn't matter if I show you guys this. Let's clarify what kind of notifications. Just an on-screen notification is fine. I don't want to be getting into sending emails and stuff. Once you get into SMTP, things just get super complicated, at least in my head, they do. So this looks like it's now done and it's ready. So yeah, the only thing I need to do, right, is SQL table creation. So the way this works is it gives you this little piece of code, right? You just need to copy it. It will always give you this, okay? You need to go to table editor, create new table. Oh no, sorry, this is wrong. SQL editor, paste this, and then run. Okay, so You can see this already exists, so I actually need to delete this first. Okay, so I just deleted that there. Now if I press run, no. Okay, so I actually had to go here, table editor, and delete one of these. You probably won't have to do this. I'm just using an old database. So now you can see it says success, no rows returned. This is now correct. Okay, so now all I do is press act here, and it will run through this process, and it will add contact forms. So it's on act mode. Let's install. So let's press run here. This will install Supabase, right? npm install Supabase. This is the Supabase CLI, command line interface, and now it's creating the .m file, which is necessary because we have environment variables for this project. And we'll go into that in a second with GitHub and everything. I'm going to show you how to do this completely like zero code, basically. I'm not going to be writing any code. I'm just going to be understanding code. And hopefully I can communicate that to you guys as well. Just so you know, this is a follow-on from a video I did the other day. I'll leave the link to the previous video in the description, but it's basically this video here where I actually create this entire project in like 12 minutes or 14 minutes, which is completely nuts. Yeah, and now it's just editing the contact.ts, and now it's editing the contact form.tsx, right? So now, pretty much, like I think it probably is pretty much done already. Let's just let it finish here. And then once I fill this in and press send inquiry, it will appear inside this inside this table. Basically, that's how this works, right? It'll appear here inside contact submissions. So let's see. I've actually been working on this for a little bit. This prompt works incredibly well with Sonnet 3.7, like really, really, really ridiculously well. This is the future of website building. I am sure of it. If you want to make a lot of money in 2025, this is the way to do it. You find people who want websites and you sell them these kind of websites. Honestly, I really believe that if you want to get rich in 2025, this is the way to do it. Okay, using AI to generate websites. Another thing is people keep saying, well, if it's so easy, why would people pay? Why would people pay to have it done? That I really do not agree with that. Right? If you think about it, the average layman doesn't know how to open Visual Studio Code. They don't know how to do any of that stuff, any of this stuff, literally none of it. Okay, so you just gotta remember that. Don't fall into the trap of, oh, if it's so easy, why doesn't anyone do it? I mean, you can say that about anything, right? If it's so easy to, I don't know, drop ship, why doesn't everyone do it? Or if it's so easy to basically anything, why don't they just do it themselves? I really don't agree with that viewpoint. I think that like my old boss, who owns iSuit, right? The chances of him jumping on Visual Studio Code and doing this for himself are basically zero, right? He is never ever gonna like he's never gonna do that. He's just never gonna do it, right? So don't worry too much about that. Okay, I really think that people need to not worry about, oh, but if it's so easy, what people are just gonna do it themselves? Nah, it's bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay, so let's try this out. Let's go to contact here. There we go. My computer's a bit buggy. It's not the website, it's the computer. So Hamish, income stream surfer at gmail.com. I won't put a phone number because I don't want people to know my phone number, obviously. So I'm interested on the 28th of the 2nd, 2025. Event location, Naples, I guess. Hello. And then let's send. Thank you for your inquiry. We will contact you shortly. Okay, good. Now we go to Supabase. There it is. Right, so the form actually works. We now have a way to receive inquiries, right? I could hook this up to NA10 or whatever and get it to every time an inquiry appears here, it could send a WhatsApp message or whatever to my old boss. There are many, many things you can do with this. But for now, we have a working contact form that, this was part of the agreement. He said he wanted this, so in order to get paid for the project, I needed to implement this, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do Control C, right? And I'm going to press cancel here, and I'm just going to say plan. And then I'm going to go to GitHub, and I'm going to show you exactly how to launch this website, right? This is the last part of the process for my boss, my old boss, I keep saying boss, my old boss to kind of pay for the project, right? So I'll just quickly do this. So once you're on GitHub, just press new, right? And then we'll call this Rolls Royce website. Okay. We'll do public. I'm not really that bothered if people copy this project, to be fair. And then we'll copy this, and I'll say, please help me push this to this GitHub repo, right? And then paste. What this will do, right? Again, we're not using code, but just so you know, I do have Git SCM set up on my computer. This is necessary. This will not work without this, okay? So we'll just say git status, right? And then we'll just send that to here, right? So that it knows what the current status of the Git is. This isn't too hard to install, but it is a bit annoying. Like, you got to go to downloads, download it for Windows, blah blah blah, and then you need to add it to path, etc., etc. Okay, so just so you know, so git remote v. Oops. Okay, so there's no current URL set for the Git project, so it should just be able to give me everything here. Okay, so first things first is this command here. Oh my God. So we'll send that, right? Now that is the URL for Git. Now we add all the files, right? And then we commit the files, right? I'm just following what it's telling me to do. And then we push the files, right? Let's see if that works. Oh, right, okay, I need, I'm not logged onto the right GitHub. So you won't have to do this, okay, but I'm just going to add the correct, the person that I'm logged in on my computer. It's a little bit complicated, okay, but basically there are several, I have several GitHub accounts, right? So I need to log into the correct GitHub account in order to push it. Okay, so I just accepted that invitation. Now, if I push this again, it should work. Yeah, perfect. So now, right, if I refresh this GitHub, right, here, you'll see that it is now available, right? So now what I can do is I can go to Vercel, and this is the launching part. And I find this very, very easy, but a lot of people find this difficult. So I'm on Vercel, add new project, right? Rolls-Royce website, there it is. So we'll import this project, and then we'll go to m variables, right? We'll go to our folder here, go to .m.local, Control A, Control C to copy, and then you can just paste like that. We'll get rid of that one, and then we press deploy, right? What this is now going to do is it's going to deploy the project. Deployment is basically putting a folder live on the internet. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now. Now, the other thing we have to do is a domain. My old boss already bought the domain. I don't know if I'm going to go into that in this video. I'll just show you how you can buy a domain and connect it. I'm not going to go through the very obscure process of me doing that specifically for this website, just because he bought it on some weird Italian registrar, and it will take ages for me to do, and it's not useful for a lot of people. Okay. So you can see here, this is pretty much done. It said there were 112 pages there. Yep, we're done. So what you can do here is you can add a domain, right? And then let's press add here. So if you have a domain already, you can just add it from here, okay? Or what you can do is you can press this little triangle button here, go to domains, press buy, Rolls Royce hire.it. Might not work. I don't know if you can have .it. So let's just do hiringitaly.com, for example. Click this one, buy the domain. Very, very easy to add to your project once you've bought it, right? And now what I can do is I can send I can send this link to my old boss. Let's say this link here. And I can say, look, we're pretty much ready to go live. Everything's working. Just need to change a few pictures. The contact form is now working. And I just need to add the domain, and then we are good to go. Now, does this have a sitemap? No idea. Doesn't look like it. Let's just go to the build logs, because we can actually see there if it does have a sitemap. So we can do Control F here and search for sitemap. So it actually doesn't, which is weird because the prompt definitely mentions making a sitemap, but that's not a problem. I can just go back to CLINE and I can say, look, I need you to use next sitemap to make a sitemap, please. And then we run through that process. I'm going to leave the video there, guys. This is how you take like what has been built by CLINE and then put it live or make changes or whatever it might be. I suggest you use the plan and then act mode. It works a lot better than just using act. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, it's very easy to add a domain. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're watching all the way to the end of the video, you're an absolute legend, and I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out.